The topic for today's discussion is legal implications of intellectual property rights. I will be discussing about a small introduction, the types of intellectual property, the legal consequences, and also the types of intellectual property theft, how to avoid violations, conclusion regarding, and some references of the same. Intellectual properties with respect to any original creation of the human intellect, such as intellect, literary, technical, or scientific creation. Intellectual property rights refers to the legal rights given to the inventor or a creator to protect his inventions or creation for a certain period of time. It's a prerequisite for better identification, planning, commercialization, and protection of the invention. Intellectual property laws have harsh penalties for intellectual property theft and infringement violations of the same are charged federal crime. The types of intellectual property are copyrights, which is a legal term used to describe the rights that creators have over their literary and artistic works. Patents are exclusive rights granted for an invention. Trademarks are basically signs which are capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one enterprise from another. Industrial design is ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an article. Geographical indications are used on goods that have a specific geographical origin and possesses qualities that essentially attribute to that place of origin. Trade secrets basically are mostly related to the confidential information which may be sold or licensed. Theft of the intellectual property happens when one knowingly uses the other person's property rights and falls under the protection of laws under intellectual property rights. If your intellectual property is used without your permission, ask the person doing so to stop using your intellectual property. If the person doesn't stop, resort to legal actions. Why steal? It's the easy and quick and cheap way, and this thief can financially benefit, thereby affecting the owner of the intellectual property. The legal consequences would be criminal fines, imprisonment for several years, seizure of stolen property, documents, or materials, and loss or suspension of business operating license. How to protect the intellectual property? Protection of copyrights. On digital material, one is protected under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. And protection of patents, if one uses or sells an invention without the owner's permission, it is called a patent infringement. The types of intellectual property theft are counterfeit trademarks, counterfeit drug trafficking, counterfeit labeling, criminal copyright infringement, pre-release criminal copyright infringement, recording a movie, stealing of trade secrets. How to avoid violations is to create original images such as in advertisements, and music should be original. Obtain the appropriate licenses from copyright holders. Also use royalty-free media. Ways to protect the intellectual property are keep it under scrutiny, be aware of your intellectual property rights, consult an expert, double check if your idea is unique, hire an auditor, keep a record of almost everything related, and protect your intellectual property without delay. So to conclude, intellectual property is any creative or commercial innovation, a new method that has economic value, or a mark that is a name, symbol, or logo. It consists of ideas, properties, client lists, mechanical inventions, logos, etc., protected by trade secret laws, trademarks, patents, or copyrights. Laws around intellectual property come with stiff and costly penalties for violation. These are some of the references. Thank you.